Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in, and that goes also for anybody that's watching the replay later on. Cranky is not with us tonight. Without going into too much detail, he's taking care of Miss Lori. She had a couple of medical things go on, and he is taking care of her, which should be priority. I ask that you lift them up in prayer and send them all your prayers, positive thoughts, and love. Cranky, you know we love you, buddy. We love Miss Lori too. But just send some prayers up for speedy healing for her. I know she's going through some stuff medically, and she could use all the backup she can get. So it's been a while since I've done a solo live stream, so I will apologize ahead of time for if it doesn't sound right. If anybody comes in, wants to pop on here with me, I did put and actually pinned the link in the chat. And let's see, where do we start? I totally forgot to check metal prices before I popped on here today. So last I saw, silver was a little over $80. I didn't even look at gold because I can't afford it. And I believe copper was trading at a little over $6 a pound. Okay. I am probably going to pronounce this wrong. Apita for life. Welcome in. I said, normally Cranky's here with us today, but he's got some stuff that's far more important. Transient Stacker. Hello. Welcome. If you guys are just coming in, Cranky's not here tonight. Miss Lori has got some medical stuff going on, and he's where he needs to be taking care of her. So I'm flying solo tonight, unless somebody jumps in. Hope everybody's had a great couple of weeks. We were off for a week. We were off 2 weeks ago. I was at training for work and was not really in the mood to talk to anybody. Just that training, you realize just how old you are when they send you to training for stuff you haven't done in forever. Made me feel all of my 52 years and then some. So we weren't here 2 weeks ago. We've just wrapped up police week. Law enforcement officers Memorial Day was Friday. We're getting ready this coming week. Coming a week from today, Memorial Day, remembering our fallen men and women who served our country. This week, for anybody that's in the EMS field, this is EMS week. So happy EMS week to all of our paramedics and EMTs. And, you don't go unappreciated. And for anybody that's new to the channel, Cranky and I started something a couple of years ago that I kind of dubbed 200 mile an hour silver. Well, I told him we're getting a 2 for this year because Thursday, late morning, early afternoon, my son and I will be flying to Charlotte for one of the biggest race weekends of the year. And of course, they take the green flag and we put some silver up there, in the kind of hard to describe. You just have to see, or you can look back through some of my older videos because I did it last year and the year before. Feature some silver when you got cars whizzing past you at 200 miles an hour. We're heading down to Charlotte, North Carolina for the weekend, and we're gonna have some fun there. And all that good stuff. Let's see. FG is here too. FG, welcome. Let's see. We got So you guys can throw some stuff at me. What do we want to talk about tonight? Like I said, my part, like I said, my partner in crime's not here tonight, and I'm flying solo. So whatever you guys want to talk about, it doesn't even have to be about metals, because I know a lot of, with the prices of metals and stuff now, a lot of people get wound up about it and that. And a lot of the time, I think we might talk about metals for about 2 minutes and then talk about everything else. And as Cranky puts it, try to solve the world's problems in an hour. So, all right. FG's still at work and just listening. All right. Hey, cool. So I do that quite a bit, especially with our friends that are on Sunday nights when it's my weekend to work, or I pop in and out. So I totally get it. Thanks for being here, FG. Let's see. So, all right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, something else I wanted to bring up. We've got it. If you're new to the whole YouTube stacking channels and all that, got a friend here that he and I started right around the same time on YouTube a couple years ago, and he stepped away from YouTube quite a bit. Stepped away from YouTube for a while. He's been doing auctions on Whatnot. And he mentioned to me, I bought a bunch of stuff from him just recently, and he mentioned that he's going to be coming back to YouTube. So if you don't follow, you can get on there and follow him. So when he starts making content again, you'll be ahead of the game for more than a lot of other people. This guy, Phoenix Coins, super great guy, really down to earth. He's got a lot of good information that he puts out there. He'll be coming back to YouTube here pretty soon. And if you're on Whatnot, he is 007 Coins on Whatnot. Really great guy. I'm not sure exactly when he's gonna fire it back up and get going, but we're looking forward to seeing him back here on YouTube and all that good stuff. So now I have not really picked anything up major recently. Was it about 3 weeks ago? I got to make my first run out to my LCS in quite a while, and picked up $3 face worth of 90% silver. Got a couple $half, dollar and quarters, and $1 in Roosevelt dimes. That's about the extent of what I picked up silver wise here. I did. Oh gosh, what did I do with it? Oh, I think I put the one up. I had popped on Whatnot, like I said, jumping in there with 007/Phoenix. I did pick up a couple of small pieces here. I'm all about my 90% silver. It's my whole thing is the stacking on a budget, because you got a lot of YouTube channels out there that, and I'm not knocking anybody. If you got the money to play with, by golly, have at it. A lot of people, when I first started out, I had a lot of followers that were on fixed income, get Social Security. They're trying to build something that they can pass on to a child or a grandchild when their time comes. I like my 90% because you can stack on a budget. So I did pick up a Rosie from 007. A lot of people hate these. I do it for historical reasons, just because a lot of the men I looked up to growing up served in the military during World War II. And in this case, this was the year my mom was born. So I did pick up a war nickel. So that was the extent of my pickups recently. And let me see here. And then the big joke, because Phoenix does a lot of 3D printing. I can honestly say I finally own a Yeti cooler. because that's the only way I'll ever own one, because I'm not paying what they charge for them. So let me put this back up. And then, yeah, I'm kind of a collector too. And I did pick up a, not from Phoenix, but from another place. I picked up a 250th anniversary, 250th birthday of our country copper round. And then, I live and die with my Detroit sports team. So anything with the Tigers on it or a tiger on it, I'm grabbing. So let me see here. Oh, let me see here. We got somebody in the green room. Let me bring them up. And let's see here. Where'd it go? Hit the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerald Coast Stacker, how are you?
Hey, Michi, I'm doing great, man. How are you holding up?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to my little mini vacation at the end of the week.
Oh, were you? I just tuned in maybe 2 minutes ago. I picked up your conversation when you were talking about 90% silver and how much you love 90%. I do as well. Where are you going on vacation?
My son's got a thing going on here where he's got two things going on at the same time. He wants to hit every major league ballpark to see a ball game. He doesn't care who's playing. He just wants to go watch a game in each of the major league ballparks. And he kind of got the bug for me because I grew up in a family where if it goes fast and it's loud, we like to watch it run. And he's really gotten into NASCAR like I did. We're going down to Charlotte this weekend for the Coca-Cola 600, which is one of the biggest races of the year.
Oh, that's fun.
He pretty much just said, "Hey, Dad, you know what? It's all taken care of." He says, "You're good. You're good at finding cheap or good hotels cheap." He says, "You take care of the hotel. I got the rest."
Oh, so, what a deal! That's a great deal.
So I can't turn that down. So we're going down just to it'll be cool. He's 22 and still likes hanging out with Dad, which is kind of weird.
I don't think it's weird at all, man. I think it's a testament to the relationship you have with your son.
Typical, they usually about the time they hit 13, 14, okay, Mom and Dad are like, no, we they're not cool anymore. So but he's always been Daddy's boy, and he when he goes to do something, he wants Dad to go with him. So we're gonna do that this weekend. We're leaving Thursday to go down. And
that sounds like
he's already got the whole weekend mapped out. He says, "All right, we have to be up by this time on Friday because we have to be here by this time. And then we're going to go here and eat afterwards. And then we're going to go do this. And then we're going to do that. Then we're going to go to the track." All right, cool. I'm just there. You point me where to go. I'm there. But
that's nice for someone else to make all the plans for you. And you can just, all you got to do is take care of the lodging.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Silver and Gold Stack Attack is here too. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
What's up, Stack Attack? Stack Attack, I'm still trying to get mail out. I know I'm probably the worst person in the community with mail, but I am. I pulled out my community stickers and I pulled out a couple other things. I'm getting that out soon, man. So I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, I'm not real good at it either. I've got a box sitting here that I need to send out to Cranky that's been sitting here since right after Christmas. So,
yeah, good old Cranky, man. So he's just kind of getting off the YouTube.
No, he right now, he's, as I was telling everybody at the beginning, he is taking care of Miss Lori. She had a medical episode, and he's where he needs to be. He's taking care of her. Amen. And I talked to him right before I started the live, and it's frustrating, but like I told him, I said, "You're taking care of her, but make sure you take care of yourself too."
Yeah.
And honestly, I think this is the last place he should be right now. He's where he needs to be. He's taking care of her.
Yeah, 100%.
We're sending up all our positive thoughts and prayers for Miss Lori. So
yeah, and Cranky, if you're listening, man, your family's in our prayers, my man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were talking about 90%. You're one of the few people that I listen to on YouTube that's actually mentions 90% as being a good buy at this point.
Well, my whole thing is, and it's been this way since, because I watched YouTube for a long time, learning from everybody that's been doing it a heck of a lot longer than me. And the term that always got used is it's the best kind of fractional. And I kind of latched onto that, and it's getting harder and harder to find around here because like a lot of it got sent out to melt before they quit taking it.
Really?
And, I was surprised because my one LCS that I go to a lot had very little last time I was there. So either people are either holding on to it or they're buying it up again. And
I've always been curious if it was a regional situation because, like, each region of the United States kind of has its own what's hot, what's not. Like down here in Florida, there's plenty of silver, plenty of 90%. Gold. At least the LCSs I've been going to recently, maybe the dealers are not bringing it out due to the dip and so forth, but I'm seeing a buttload of silver, very little gold, and I just kind of backed up the minivan and blew all the cash I had on several pieces of gold. So I'm kind of excited.
Right. Well, I even joke around with my LCS. He's about they're about 45 minutes away from me, over near Ann Arbor, and I walk in there and he says, all right, he says, are you going to be good or do I need to get a permission slip from your son before you start spending money? Because I can go in there. I could go in there and have a field day. And these guys are actually they just celebrated their 2nd anniversary owning the shop and just,
oh, cool.
They're great guys, really know their stuff. And they're not about, they're in business to make a buck, but they're not going to take you to the cleaners to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everyone knows that there really is not a lot of profit margins,
right,
in metals. Right. And what I gather down here, I like to, like most of us, I like to go to the LCS, and it's kind of a hangout. And
right.
And so when I'm in there, he's like, I'm drilling them with questions, and they're asking me questions. Most of the questions are, "What do you like?" So they can kind of start bringing stuff up. But I'm sure to answer that. But as I'm talking to them, talking about like where metals are at, it's kind of a lot of the successful dealers are having to go to coin shows, and they're just running and gunning.
Right.
And the storefront is actually where they get a lot of product to come in. So it seems like that's the success. That's really the only way that LCSs are surviving. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I just assume that.
So it's silver, a stack attack. So you're telling me I should probably bring an extra bag with me when I come down to North Carolina this weekend so I can load up with 90% while I'm down in Charlotte, right?
What do you, well, hold on. What are you buying 90% at up in Michigan?
Well, last time I was in the shop, it was sitting at he charged me 55 times face.
Okay.
So it wasn't the worst things. I've heard a lot worse about other areas where they're charging 70.
Oh Lord. Hey, Stack Attack, what do you know what you're paying down in North Carolina? I would love to know what they're selling junk silver at. I saw, a coin guy who was on Spectacular's channel for so long. He's kind of gone independent and doing his own thing on his channel. And I believe I heard him say that he's selling constitutional or junk at 51 face.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Hive-hearted. Yeah, that's one of our things around here. I'm going to Charlotte for a big race weekend this weekend, and then in 2 weeks we got them. They're here in Michigan, but I had to put out two of these two guys here, Carson Hocevar, and which they're dubbing him the next Dale Earnhardt. I don't know if he's that good, but and then Brad Keselowski. They're actually both born and raised here in Michigan. I got to get one for the third guy that was born and raised in Michigan. And then this guy's my favorite driver. I grew up idolizing his dad. And now he's driving. So that's Chase Elliott. So, and speaking of Florida, Daytona is on the list. I don't know when we're doing it, but he's very adamant. We got to come down there for the 500. So
prepare yourself. I think you would need a vacation from that vacation when it's all said and done.
Well, I actually one time I worked part-time when they finally told us that we could have second jobs up here when I was a police officer. I worked for one of the race teams. They had one part of their truck series operation was run out of Livonia here in suburban Detroit, and I worked for them for several years and got to go to a lot of the tracks. And I always said I wanted to go down to Daytona Speed Weeks as a fan, not working, as a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
and that's like even Charlotte this weekend. This will be the first time that I'm watching the race from the stands, not the pit box. So
Are you gonna get a scanner?
oh, I've already got one.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, we've got the scanner, the headsets. We got the headsets where we can have the headsets on and talk back and forth to each other without taking the headsets off. And oh yeah.
And so you just get on the same channel as the pit crews?
Yeah, you punch in. You can go to any of the trailers where they rent them, and I think they charge you like $2. They'll give you a list of all the frequencies. So you just punch in who you're looking for, and they got if you want to flip over and listen to what the TV guys are saying, they got the frequency for the TV guys so that you can listen to that. Or I don't know if it's MRN or PRN that's doing the radio coverage this weekend, but they got the frequency for you can listen to everything.
Man, the people watching must be insane. I can only imagine like Mullet Central and
no, it's not that bad.
Oh, dude, whatever.
Now, see, I'm not knocking North Carolina. I mean, this is actually like I said, my first time that I'm actually going to be able to people watch. But I can go for all the years of coming to Michigan on race weekend. You've got a lot of like families that come out because the kids, they got their favorite drivers. So mom and dad bite the bullet and get the tickets and go. A lot of older people, like senior citizens, that go.
I think I really enjoy NASCAR.
Yeah.
I've never been to an event. I've always wanted to. Maybe this year I will. But I've always wanted to do it. And, when it comes down to like the last, 20 laps, that's when I'll kind of tune in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
but
it was kind of comical. I had been to obviously exaggerating, but I had been to 1 million races, and I had been married about 3 years. And I said, oh, heck, let's go out to MIS. We're not, I'm not working that weekend. Let's just go out. And spur of the moment, we got tickets. The place where the shenanigans happen is the infield. That's where it
like the party spot.
Back, that's the party spot. Yeah, but back in the day, Winston used to sponsor the Cup Series, and Anheuser-Busch sponsored what they used to call the Grand National Series, with their Busch brand. So you go out there on Saturday for the Busch race. Oh, here, fill out the survey. We'll give you a free 24-pack of Busch beer. And then at the same time, you walk around the corner the other way, and there's this person. Oh, hey, are you a smoker? Here, fill out this survey. We'll give you a free carton of cigarettes. So people they got their Busch beer and their Winston Reds, and they're out there in the infield having a good old time. But we went on race day. We went out to the track. We got tickets to walk into the infield. My ex-wife was sitting there. She's going to read a book while I watch the race. Yeah, when that race was over, she was the one that couldn't talk for 3 days after from screaming.
I know. People underestimate how loud that is.
We're getting season tickets next year. Okay, cool.
Well, that's cool, man. Like I've heard people they rent RVs or they have RVs.
Oh yeah,
camp out in the. They'll watch
I got one of the nurses at work. She and her husband they go out. They'll be out there. Race weekend. They'll pull in there on Wednesday early afternoon, and they don't pull out of there until about 3 or 4 o'clock Monday afternoon after the race weekend. And they bring everything in with them. And she says, you should come over and visit us. Come, get the little pass added to your tickets and come see us. I said, I can't hang with you kids. Because they literally go out there and they drink all weekend.
Some people can drink. That is not me. I'll want to sleep. It puts me to sleep.
Right. Well,
or either that, or if I'm drinking liquor, I'm ripping off like bathroom stall doors.
Well, I was the typical 21-year-old. I was like, oh, hey, I'm 21. I can drink now. That lasted about 6 months. I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. I
Yeah,
mean, don't get me wrong, I'll have a beer every once in a while, but like I just was looking in the refrigerator and I sent my son a text message like, hey, I think we can get rid of the beer that's in my refrigerator at my house because it's the leftover beer from race weekend last year, still sitting in the bottom of our fridge.
Getting rusty.
Yeah, I was like, hey, yeah, it looks good, but no, I'm good.
Yeah. So metal wise, are you just going after 90% right now, or are you even
just
stacked?
for right now? It's I'm in rebuild mode because
you had to liquidate, didn't you?
That last couple of hospital stays I had really did me in there, but I'm slowly working my way back up.
Well, that's why we have it, Michi. That's why we have it, and everybody that kind of poo-poos on it, they need to get over themselves.
Yeah, well, it's and that's I've always said. Now, even because my son started stacking, he's nowhere near how the rest of us are. He'll happen to say, hey, you know what, I really like that, or hey, I think I'm going to add a couple of buffaloes to my tube or whatever, and he'll go do it, whatever.
Did you sell to the LCS?
And that's part. He tries to stay away from the LCS because he'll actually. I think one time he actually says, "Hey, Dad, I'll be right back." He went and found a bank to hit the ATM to get some more cash out. So, but he's doing his thing. But and even in his case, he's going to school full time. He's working full time. He's a miser. 22 and a half years old. He's a miser. But in the same sense, if he wants to do something or he wants something, he can go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he very, very, very frugal when it comes to spending money. But he even said when I told him, I said, yeah, I had to sell off a bunch of this stuff. I had to sell off a bunch of that. And he said, well, Dad, isn't that what you got it for? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. But I'm slowly building it back up.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, my man. In fact, I've been thinking recently, like, for me, like, to spend $70, $75, whatever on silver, it's just so hard after you came into the game early.
Right.
Like silver was like what, $17, $20 around that range. And I accumulated most of my stack when it was like $17 to like $28 in that realm. And in hindsight, I probably should have focused on gold entirely.
Well, I had originally started I was doing like a gram a month. I was for gram a month for 31 months, and then I don't remember what happened there, but I was like, nah, we're gonna put that on hold for a minute, and then gold went sky high. So
that would have been a good goal to have.
Yeah. Well, I stole that from World Money Wins. So, by the way, we're getting rated. International Stackers live must have just ended because we're getting crab raid.
Dude, international, the man.
We just skyrocketed to 241 people in the chat. So,
oh my God, we're taking on water, Michi. We're taking on water.
Yeah,
we got all these crabs invading your live stream.
International, I gotta say, I can't say enough good stuff about him. He literally raids everybody, and the viewership goes up, and the subscribers go up.
Yeah. And he's the man. He's the man of the people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. If you ever get the opportunity, like, he's always shaking and grooving. And I actually had the opportunity to meet him at the Fun Show down here about 2 years ago.
That's on my bucket list too.
The Fun Show?
Everybody keeps talking about the Fun Show. I'm like, man, I got to get down there.
It's intense. I mean, you better come in with a game plan.
Oh yeah.
You got to know what you're looking for, know what your budget is. Yep. It's kind of like a casino in a lot of ways. A lot of like loud noises and a lot of attention grabbing and just stars everywhere. The Fun Show can be intense, but if you go in with a plan, you'll be fine. I think a lot of people do a good job of bringing things in to sell at the show. I've seen some of the people I went with, they liquidated some of the things that they were no longer interested in or needed cash, and they just, turned it into a gold, platinum, silver, whatever it may be. Yeah. So it's just an opportunity. It's just an opportunity on so many levels. I've heard that
the Fun Show's on my list, and then Vegas and Blue Collar have talked several times about some of the coin shows out there in Las Vegas. It's like I gotta go check that out too.
This have you been paying attention to International's chat or International's live streams?
You know what? I missed a few, so
He had this no soup for John is the funniest thing I think I've ever heard, and International's getting shirts made.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you better have a double X ready for me.
Right.
But he said hold off on buying them. So
yeah, okay. Yeah.
No soup for John. Yeah, here you go. Your whole chat's lighting up with no soup for John.
Yep, no soup for John and crabs.
so I actually reached out to International and asked him because I think he is the one that coined GAW. I could be wrong,
wow.
but I'm pretty sure he's the one that was the first one to say Mega Monster GAW, GAW.
okay.
Because, and I was trying to pick his brain. I was like, oh, here he goes. Here he goes. 56 subs to 1K. Let's go, Crab Raid. So International's locked in trying to get you to 1K, man. I don't think you're going to have any issues with this. Holy smokes.
Hey, Kalilo's here too. Like literally everybody. There's the chat's just blowing up. So everybody, if I miss you by name, I apologize, but everybody welcome in. We appreciate you. We got 226 in the chat, or at least that's what my screen's telling me. And Emerald is playing the part of Cranky today. For those of you that are just popping in, Cranky's taking care of Miss Lori. She had some medical issues, and he's where he needs to be, which is not here. So again, send up good positive thoughts and prayers for them. And I'll let Cranky do updates. I kind of know what's going on, but it's not my story to tell. So I'll just say that Miss Lori is in the hospital, being closely monitored. Cranky's at her side, advocating for her and this is coming from somebody that actually does work for a health system. Our health system in this country stinks. So.
Yeah, Cranky, good man that man is.
He is, absolutely. Absolutely.
So since we got to stay on the metal train here.
Yeah.
What would you say if you had $500 to spend on metals? What would you get right now?
Oh gosh,
$500 free and clear. You're spending it on metals. What are you getting?
I would probably, because I am going back to the whole, the stacking more than collecting. I would probably see what I could get, either ASEs or my kryptonite is silver maples. Or even just generic, like maybe some buffaloes.
Yeah, you got a lot of good responses in chat. Got gold, ASEs, 90%. A lot of good response there. Quarters, dimes. So it's interesting to hear how many people are supporting 90% silver right now.
Oh yeah,
which I think is great.
Oh yeah, it's real money. I mean, obviously silver is real money, period. But it's, and a lot of people kind of shy away from the word barter, but it could happen.
Yeah,
and you try to buy something with a buffalo round, and they're going to look at you like, "What the hell is that?" But you walk up to them and like a $50 or a mercury dime or something, and you're far ahead of the game. So
yeah, it's still a lot of people looking at that gold.
Yeah.
I think that's where I would be at as well. I just, for me, and this is like you and I had a discussion about potentially regional precious metal trends, like down here in Florida, and I'm in the Panhandle area. Like I'm Lower Alabama. I'm not real Florida. I'm not like International down in Key West. I'm here in Lower Alabama, or commonly referred to as the Redneck Riviera. Probably my favorite term for the area. But I think that, it seems like metals go in waves.
Right.
Like it was like 2 years ago where junk silver just exploded. And it was like for a month, it was just the hottest thing on the planet. And then it died off.
Right.
And so it seems like there's ebbs and flows in metals. And I think if you can be in a position to jump on like what is not valued as much currently. Like in my opinion, like junk silver, I don't think people are valuing it like they should.
Exactly.
I think that is the time to jump on a metal like that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going at the height of the market on something like, for example, platinum, this is just me. I'm not an expert or anything, but I think I'll get more long term with 90% down the road. And I'm not talking about next week or next year. I'm talking like 10, 20 years down the line.
Right.
Like just throw all that junk silver in a canvas coin bag and don't even worry about it.
There you go. Yeah.
Sorry, Shiny Stacker. I didn't mean to offend you by calling it junk. I affectionately call it junk. I don't mean that as a bad thing, but the old timers call it junk, and I'm kind of old school like that.
Right.
So I would love to get International's take on GAW. International, did you coin the acronym GAW? Because GAW doesn't really. It's like giveaway. And I heard someone say GAW was give away whores.
What?
Yeah. Somebody was like, no, it's not giveaway. It's giveaway whores. Like everybody comes in and like they just want into the GAW. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm pretty close to Pensacola, Jonathan. Really close. I go there often. One of my favorite little towns down here. It's kind of like New Orleans of Florida.
Well, I have to laugh because I got a couple. Was it this past winter, and then I think it was the winter. I know last winter I get this message from one of our fellow YouTubers down there. It's like, hey man, come down here and get your garbage off our front lawn. And it was a picture of the fighter jet outside the air station down there, and it had snow on it.
Yeah, dude, the past 2 years we've had snow. It's insane.
Yeah. And they sent that one out. He sent me that one, and I'm like, yeah, and it's like 50 here. You guys were getting the snow, and we're like putting on shorts and T-shirts to go hang out outside.
Yeah. Seems like everyone's saying he coined mega and GAW together. But I got to get to the root of who came up with GAW. So if anybody in the chat actually knows and is not trolling, please let me know. And I got to say hello to mi amigo Kalilo and Senorita Amina. Dude, you got a lot of good people in here, Michi.
Yeah, I see that. As a matter of fact, we were talking about mail earlier. Kalilo, I swear to God, buddy, I am going to get your package out to you. It's still sitting here just with everything going on at work. And, they like to throw around the term critical staffing. So there's weeks where we work 7 16-hour days in a row. Your package is coming. I didn't forget about you.
Jeez, man. Yeah, Jonathan, I fish up in Blackwater all the time, man. I do some fly fishing up there, man. Hopefully I'll run into you in the water one of these days. And you have Silver Dragoon in the chat. What's up, Dragoon?
Everybody.
You have people from Sweden cruising in here.
I see that.
Michi, you've gone international, my friend. But there are no long distance and overseas call charges, so we're all good here.
There you go. Yeah. Only need 45 more to hit 1,000.
So you were in the police force for how many years?
I did 20 years.
20 years on the dot. Well, man, thank you for the protect and serve of our country. My brother.
It was my pleasure. I tell everybody I got out while I still had my sanity. So.
Oh yeah, weird time too in the 2020s. Yep. My brother retired from the police force in Akron, Ohio, after 27 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So he is really relieved to take that uniform off.
Oh yeah, we everything was great until we got the what did they refer to him as? The hip hop mayor.
Oh.
The youngest mayor in history. He was elected mayor at 31 years old. And when he took office, the city was $80 million in the black. And within a year and a half of him taking office, they were $40 million in the red.
Holy goodness.
And nobody can explain where all that money went.
Weird. I wonder where it went.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, they actually did a story about him on Court TV this morning. I got home from work, turned the TV on, and they're talking about all the scandal and shenanigans of our mayor, of our former mayor. And his wife wouldn't let him buy suits off the rack. They were all custom, $3,000 a suit, and all the other things that went on. And when they started coming after us was when we did the math and figured out, because this actually made national news, about the big party at the mayor's mansion where a stripper got the what kicked out of her by the first lady of the city.
What?
And then it was like an episode of Jerry Springer around here for about 3.5 years. There was apparently the first lady of the city was out of town for something with the family, and that came home and walked in on the middle of this party with strippers and everything else. And
oh goodness,
she allegedly, well, I don't know who, well, they didn't, the stripper did get the what beat out of her. Now whether it was the first lady or not is beyond me. But this all happens, and there's a scandal about them trying to cover it up. And then probably about 6 months later, this stripper and her boyfriend are mysteriously gunned down in a drive-by, because she's telling them this is what happened. She's very public about this is what happened, and this is the end result, and this and that, and who did what. And some of us in the unit that I worked in were talking about, whoa, okay, yeah. And then we start thinking out loud, and come to find out one of the newer guys in our unit went to high school and was still buddies with the mayor, and ran back and told him. And next thing you know, we're getting called into internal affairs, being told, if you want to keep your job, shut up.
Well, that sounds about right.
And it's like, oh, nope, that's my clue. I put in my papers and I got out. And then about 8 months after I got out, the governor came in and removed him from office, and the feds picked him up, locked him up, and he spent time in prison.
God, it's tough being in an organization like that.
Yeah.
Where there's so much manipulation and careerism and people chasing the brass ring. And
right. Well, and now even this new mayor they have in the city now, I mean, it's made national news about these teen takeovers in downtown Detroit.
Yep.
And she told her police chief, you tell them to observe, don't engage these kids. Yep. Basically let them run amok and do whatever they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, social media is doing
what's that?
Social media is doing a good job of collecting a lot of film on people doing these smash and grabs.
Well,
now
the problem this past weekend was a 14-year-old kid was shot. And now she says, oh, I'm directing my police chief to have his officers, do this and this and this. Okay, that too little, too late.
Michi, I don't mean any disrespect about the North, but y'all's infrastructure and politics has got to, y'all got to do something up there. Between Michigan and Minnesota and everything going on up there, you guys need to
Well, we're working on it. Our biggest problem right now is our governor, and thank God she can't run for re-election because we got term limits up here. But when you look at what's in line to potentially replace her, like, oh man, you know what? I might want to move to Ohio.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, for us down here in Florida, we absolutely love Ron DeSantis.
The whole country, 90% of the country loves him.
I mean, he's made a few errors. I don't know. I don't think presidentially, I don't know if he would be competitive with the Rubios and the JD Vances once Trump ends his second term.
Right.
But it seems like everything I'm seeing, and I've kind of unplugged from social media, and I really don't pay too much attention to news, although I do go to news outlets to get the most current events that are reputable.
Right.
It seems like it's the United States is kind of settling down a little bit after that previous regime that upended everything. to me, it seems like just things are starting to smooth out a little bit. I know the economy's
Right.
trash. I know that,
Yeah.
the dollar's losing value. But as far as like the protests and all these, the disruption, it seems like it's starting to level out a little bit.
Right. Well, it's Punisher mentioned that he says, where'd it go? I just last year he said something about, now that's bad when a Michigander says they'd move to Ohio.
Oh.
Not literally, but I'm a Michigan kid. I was born here, raised here. When I take my last breath, it'll be here. But fortunately, eyes are being opened and things are being dealt with, and I actually see somewhere down the road here our governor being indicted for some of the things that she's pulled, and
Let's hope so.
Yeah, she and one of her cohorts got a $20 million grant to do so it was supposed to be something to help the community and the kids in the state of Michigan, and not a penny of it went to the organization. It all went in her pocket and paying for these fancy trips and expensive cars and all this other stuff. Well, they're indicting that woman.
Yep.
And
all you have to do is follow the money.
Exactly.
Just like they're doing.
I don't know if you guys heard about it down there, but she was like one of the first governors in this country to lock down the state when 2020 happened. And you can't travel, you can't do this. Okay, if me by myself want to get in my car, go up to my vacation home up in the Upper Peninsula, I don't have anybody in the car with me. I'm not breathing on anybody. I'm just going to my other home. No, you can't do that. You can't travel.
Yeah.
Well, then her husband gets caught and outed for trying to put their boat in the water on Memorial Day weekend that year.
Of course, man.
When they told us we couldn't go out on the boat by ourselves to go fishing or anything, because you'll give yourself something. You'll give yourself. I don't even use the word because they flag our videos when we say it. You'll get 20/20 if you go out on the boat by yourself. And you can't go fishing, but you can go to the store and buy this fish that's bad for you and eat that.
Goodness.
Oh yeah, it was crazy up here.
Well, a couple of things. It was an interesting, dare I say, experiment.
Oh yeah.
I typically try to take an optimistic view on things.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario, and I'm not big on the jab and all that. I'm not
right.
I'm not really too big on that, but I do think, like, if an epidemic occurred, there are procedures that are put in place from these lessons that were learned. So I try and be optimistic and try and be like, okay, well, how can we look at the good side of this?
Mm-hmm.
But then you should just see people driving in their car with masks on, and it's just like,
still,
I cannot help but think how gullible and how easily controlled human beings are.
Oh yeah.
And when you control the arm of the media, and you control, I'm trying to think of what else, news, paper, media. When you have that arm of control, it's easy to really, create mass hysteria.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Somebody just asked me are you in Southeast Michigan? I am actually just north of Monroe. Which, for anybody that's not familiar with Michigan, I am literally 21 minutes away from the Ohio state line. And going back to somebody asking about or saying something about Ohio, two of our minor league sports teams for our Detroit teams are in Toledo. So yeah, I do go down to Toledo quite a bit for baseball and hockey. It's cheaper and it's more fun.
There are some good things about Ohio. I know the rivalry.
I don't hold the university against the whole state. So plus I got some family down there too. So in the Toledo area,
the cost of living is relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good families there.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a really well-run state.
It is.
Mike
DeWine, he's human just like everybody else. He's done some stuff where you sit back and go, what are you doing, man? But he's all about the protecting the taking care of the people of Ohio. So I can't fault him for that. But I've actually noticed too, even like you were talking about cost of living down there. I I go down there quite a bit to do my grocery shopping, and the people are like, "Why do you go all the way to Ohio?" Well, we have a chain of stores here called Meyer. It's a regional grocery store chain. Uh, the Meyer by us stinks. I love going to Meyer. I just don't like ours. So the next closest one, I got to drive 25 minutes north, or I can drive 22 minutes south into Toledo for the same store. And even with their sales tax being higher, the prices are lower. So you come out of there cheaper at the end of the visit. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I would imagine that you like being on the road too, with all your 20 years of being in the police force. I'd imagine
Yeah.
you like being in a car and taking a road trip. You had a good question from Shiny Stacker. He was asking if the Michigan governor said you can't get beer, flu in a big box store, left them open, yet you can in the seed section of the same store. So that section must be shut.
We had now, and using I'll use, for example, the big box stores that are everywhere, Walmart, Target. They actually had sections of those stores taped off so you couldn't go into them. And even Meyer, because Meyer is, you got grocery store on one side and everything else on the other side. They had caution tape across all the sporting goods aisles. So if you wanted to go get some tackle to go out and go fishing, no, because if you go fishing, you're going to get sick, or you can't go into the garden section and buy seeds to plant your spring vegetables, because if you do that, you'll get sick. Or what was the other one? Oh, goodness. They closed all the like Lowe's and Home Depot, and we've got I don't know if they've moved south down where you guys are at, but we've also got a place that's like Home Depot and Lowe's called Menards.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a Home Depot.
Okay. Well, I know it used to be. I remember when it was just like Wisconsin, Minnesota, and we had one in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and that was it. But she ordered all of them shut down. Somebody's like, "Well, you're telling me I got to stay home. I may as well paint my inside of my house while I'm stuck at home." No, because you'll get sick if you paint your house. That's how our governor did things up here.
Lord. Now, going back to metals, Michi. Do you? Yes. I don't know what like down here in Florida. We do have tax on metals. Do y'all have that in Michigan?
No.
Oh, no. That's a benefit. What about Ohio?
You know what? I've actually never bought anything in Ohio, but I don't think they do either.
That's nice.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they do. We definitely don't. So that's and we kind of keep that quiet, because that'd be something else the government. Oh, look, we can get more money. We can get more money to quote unquote fix the roads.
Well, it's like these people go in with $30,000 of net worth and they come out with $78 million of net worth. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that there's something suspicious going on there.
Yeah, it's and like, even we've got one of the guys that's running for governor used to be up here now. Used to be the mayor of the city of Detroit, and did he do a lot of good stuff for the city of Detroit? Yeah, but my problem is I knew him when he was the Wayne County prosecutor, which is the county that Detroit sits in, where we don't prosecute anybody. And it's still that Wayne County. Then he left his position as Wayne County prosecutor to take over as the CEO of the Detroit Medical Center, which is where I went to work when I retired. And yeah, he pulled them out. They were getting ready to close hospitals and lay a lot of people off. Within 8 months, he had the DMC from the red to the black and making money. Then he sold out the DMC to for-profit healthcare, and 90% of us lost our jobs. Oh, and it's like, you did that to the DMC, and you want me to trust you with the state that I live in? Nah. But he just to get around it, he's running as an independent. So,
well, I think the system I don't know what to label it as. Maybe the elites. I don't really know. Maybe the George Soroses, whoever. But there are obviously people seeking to destroy the fabric of our country and what has been built. That's
Yeah.
You can't change my opinion on that.
Right. Oh yeah.
Um,
That's we've got a big bullseye on our back just because we're free.
yeah. Well,
For the most part, free.
we're definitely more free than most countries. That's for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
But we're just trying. They're trying to destroy us from within. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so important to like get in local government. I mean, it's more than the president. It's more than the senators. It really starts at low government. And I mean, I don't really want to get into the situation with the the immigration up where you are and the threat that comes along
Yeah.
with that. But
Oh yeah. Well.
it's just that it's hard to come up with an answer or a solution when you have so many people in the arms of the media that are against it. But when you have a majority of the U.S. people that vote red, I would like to think you would listen to that if you're in
Right.
control of the system.
Right.
And I think they have, but they're still trying to like they've toned down the rhetoric of you know uh, men and women, like what is a woman, women being in men's sports, and I think that's kind of toned down. I think they're kind of listening to that. At least I hope they are, because
Yeah.
I think that the left went way too far, even for the typical left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot. One of the things that I've talked about it. Talked about it with Stack Attack because he was doing his current events thing that he was doing on his own every couple of weeks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this the area of Detroit that I grew up in. You hear about all the stuff going on in Dearborn. Yeah, and that's made national news. You had to get this guy showed up there last weekend trying to burn a Koran in front of a mosque in Dearborn. Dang near caused a riot in Dearborn. When I was a kid growing up, I was close enough to the original settlement in Dearborn of Middle Eastern families where I could hear their call to prayer at my house at 6 a.m. every morning. But you know what?
Oh, called prayer.
Nobody cared. It's like, okay, yeah, my church, we ring our church bells. You do your call to prayer. Nobody cared. We all got along. The kids all played together. The parents all interacted with each other. And nobody cared. It wasn't a problem. Mm-hmm. Now you got people that are pouring gasoline on a lit fire, and now everybody wants to fight, and and there's alleged take over. We're going to take over this area and this and that and all that. And it's just I miss the old America. I miss the America I grew up in.
I think a lot of us do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us do. Everybody wants to come to America.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I blame them. I mean, we really don't have like our food is plentiful. We have good water, not in some places like obviously like Flint and places like that, water. But I mean, for the majority,
knows about Flint.
you can still get land, reasonable. Like you can get out in the middle of nowhere. So there's a lot to like about America, and I understand why people want to bring their families here, but a lot of them are escaping situations that are reprehensible.
Right. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And so I would like to see more of a I don't know, more of like a indoctrination into the United States, like with immigration. It used to be very, very difficult to immigrate to the United States. You have to read and comprehend a paragraph in English. You would have to you'd have to answer history. Like my uncle married a Canadian woman, and she immigrated to the United States, and she was talking about how difficult it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and Canada,
that's the way it used to be.
Yeah, and another interesting thing about Canada, she was talking about how they're reliant on immigrants because it's such a large continent. It's the north goes Canada goes way north, and really inhospitable environments.
Yeah.
And they're reliant on immigrants to come in. So they're
Right.
really trying to open the doors to a lot of, third world countries and things like that, which, that brings its own problems. But I don't know. I think you're going to see a lot of that immigration, and that a lot of it will maintain in Canada.
Oh yeah.
In Canadian politics is just, whew, that's tough.
Yeah, it's evil over there.
Yeah. I saw something interesting the other day. I was on YouTube and kind of going through my channels and watching the videos I like to watch. And this video I was watching was about putting your money in other systems, especially as countries fail, like Argentina and other countries. They talk
Right.
about their currency collapsing, and some of the more successful people put their money in other location banks. So,
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about that. Like if and the reason why you 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 may want to seek about another location to put your cash is because in these instances of Argentina and other countries that had a fiat system that their currency basically went valueless, like a lot of them shut down, instituted law to where people can't uh, take their money out of the system.
Right.
And I've heard of people here in the United States that have to give explanations to their bank as to why they want to take out $5,000 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
So
they're throwing it under the guise of the Patriot Act.
right.
Because I know I go into my bank, if I want to take out more than $1,000 cash, I have to tell them why.
Yeah.
Now,
So
I can understand them asking if, okay, I'm a 87-year-old man and I walk in there, because there are people that'll take advantage of the elderly. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, the girls and the guys at my bank are very protective of their older customers.
mm-hmm.
And it's one of those deals. In that case, it's like, are you okay? Do you they want cash? Like, you sure you don't want us to do this as a cashier's check? Because they're afraid for that person. But these other banks are like, well, we need to know, what are you spending it on? Why do you need this much? Who are you giving it to? None
Of your business.
Yeah, and then they even go so far as, well, what do you do for a living? None of your business.
Yeah. Yeah. So and that's why
they're trying to figure out how you got all this money. Because I worked for it.
yeah. But I mean, like for the whales, for the people with like serious money, they're using like offshore accounts. But it's cliche as cliche gets, but being your own bank.
Right.
If you go back to the basics and you stop eating out, you stop going to lunch and eating out, you pack your lunch,
right.
Start saving that money, and then put that money in an envelope and don't even touch it.
Absolutely.
That's how I was able to accumulate the gold I have recently and take advantage of the dip. And I think a lot of people lack the discipline to do it because we were never taught about money.
Right.
In this Rockefeller system, like no one ever sat down. Here's how you actually manage money and how you can actually make money off of your money. America education really wanted to focus on creating workers, which a lot of us know that. But I just encourage everyone, like everyone's like, oh, it's all about silver and gold. Well, if a lot of us are stacking for the means of protection, there are a lot of other preparations you should have in order.
Right.
And having that envelope of cash, a couple of thousand will do you some good.
Exactly.
Because if there is a run, if something crazy happens, you're not able to take that cash, you have that nest egg. So be the bank, man. I've been going back to basics recently, because I would eat out to lunch every day and I'd be like, come on, my wife, I'd be like, let's go have dinner. Let's go have dinner. So now I'm kind of stepping back and getting back to the basics.
Right.
So hopefully that's some words of encouragement.
As much as we don't like that paper, we still got to have it.
See, everybody badmouths the dollar, the fiat. I understand, but the dollar is king. The dollar is still king. I don't care what anyone says. You have to turn in your silver. You have to turn in your gold to get that cash to buy whatever it is you need. Right. Taco Bell is not accepting your 1964 quarter for a taco.
Exactly.
You're going to need about, I don't know, how many more dollars for a taco, like $7 more worth of change for a taco.
Uh,
Not accepted. So
I
you
had
have
no
to like go
idea.
in and exchange it.
I remember when I was in high school and I worked there, you could get 6 of them for $3.50. So
Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Steve's like, sound thinking there, Emerald.
yeah,
Just
it is. It's very, yeah. It's see, some of us get so into like, we get so into it that we forget about that. That you gotta, as much as we may not like that, as I'll say it all the time, this isn't worth the paper it's printed on, but we still need that because that's what's going to pay for things.
Careful what you wish for.
Right.
You know, if we don't use it, we're gonna lose it.
Oh, they're
You know,
already trying it. It's
I know.
like
I know they are.
Our sports venues around here. Oh, we're cashless. You got to do everything with a card, or you got to do this, you got to do that. And
it's coming. It's happening.
Yeah,
You'll go to the grocery store. Oh, we don't.
Oh, yeah.
That ATM doesn't take cash. It's card only.
Right.
And I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but you do not want a CBDC.
Oh no,
you do not want it can get electronically hacked.
Right.
It's manipulation. It's control. You know, there's a lot there that I don't think people realize. Like you got to use that cash. If you don't use it, they're going to take it. And so anytime I go somewhere, I try and pay cash.
And they even tried it at what the heck? One of the I think it was Whole Foods, or when Amazon had their grocery stores or whatever, where you didn't do anything other than walk in, use your hand to swipe, or your whatever to swipe in, and then it recognizes your eyes, and you just grab all your stuff, put it in the cart, and walk out, and it charges your Amazon account.
Yeah, biometrics.
I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm not going in there. So
biometrics is already here, my friend.
Oh yeah. Some of the grocery stores here got caught with the price tags on the shelves, where it recognizes you, and then when you come back and buy that item again, it changes the price based on who's buying it.
Interesting.
And I'm like, no, I see those electronic price tags, I walk away.
So, yeah, we are in a surveillance state.
Yeah. And now what they're talking, they're going to start doing to the 2027 model year cars.
See, me personally, I want to get like and this goes back to being responsible with your money.
Yeah.
I don't have any want to get a brand new $80,000 vehicle.
Me neither.
You know, in fact, I want to go back and get a used vehicle. Like I've always liked like the second gen Tacomas and 4Runners. That's like, it has everything I need.
Right.
You know, and so that's probably the route I'm going to go. That'll be my next vehicle, will be like a second gen 4Runner, because the engine's bulletproof and it's just reliable, you know? And so I'm trying to be way more responsible with my finances and my decision making. And I just want to encourage everybody, go back to the darn basics, you know? And so, but that being said, Michi, I do have to get going. We've got supper on the table, and I really appreciate you letting me come on.
Hey, Emerald, hey, man, it's great having you, buddy. It's thanks for stopping in. I'm going to wrap it up actually too, because dinner's about done for us. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Like I said, thank you so much for jumping in there and hanging out with us, and everybody that came up in the chat. Thanks for coming. If you're watching this in a replay later on, thanks for stopping in. And I guess I'll let Cranky give you guys updates on what's going on with them. And again, thoughts and prayers are with him and Miss Lori. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Oh, Michi, of course, man. I always tune into your lives. I love your lives.
I know. But it was,
your lives are great.
Good to have you up here to talk with us. Actually, talk with us.
And let's give a huge thanks to International Stacker and all his crustaceans.
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty cool to be a part of that.
Cool.
I've been in live streams to see that happen, but I've never been on a stream and see it happen. So to see it real time was pretty special.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. You see all those crabs just appear, and it's like, oh, dude, I know who's here now.
just start itching. You got those crabs. You got to start itching. All right. On that note, Michi, I got to run, man. Great talking with you. I will talk to you soon, amigo.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, definitely. Talk to you soon.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
everybody. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you soon. Keep stacking, keep hunting, and stack what you like, stack what you can afford, and have fun with it. All right, we're out. Okay. Oh.